what are you and what do you do? That's a popcorn pitch. If you just have to tell people, what do you do in less than 3 seconds?
If you ever want to grow in an organization, don't take night shifts.
No, don't take night shifts.
It's dead end because no CEO works at night.
Exactly.
No CEO works at night. Exactly. No manager works at night. No one would see you, and you need visibility for you to move on to the next level. Welcome to Negotiation Mastery with Dr. Gloria Esomeme. In this podcast, we share topics to give women leverage during negotiation. You'll hear from accomplished men and women who would share their stories. They are from diverse backgrounds, diverse industries, different countries, and they'll share their journeys, their negotiation wins, and lessons they've learned along the way. I'm your negotiation coach, Dr. Gloria Esomeme. I'm the host of the show. I am an internal medicine physician. I have a master's in global health and a PhD in health services policy and management. Today, I have Miss Prathiba Leo. She is a very accomplished young lady. She is a business communication coach, but beyond that, she had her bachelor's in aeronautical engineering, and she also has a master's in information technology. Welcome, Prathiba, to the show.
Thank you. I'm really excited. Thank you for having me on your show.
Of course. So tell me about your journey, how you moved on from core engineering, fixing airplanes, and now you're teaching people how to communicate on the business level.
Wow. So I haven't even thought about that much when you're talking, like kind of reminding myself. So when you started off, that my career path is not linear, right? So I've taken left, right, turn, center, U-turns. And I started my career in 2016. Okay. Yes, I graduated in aeronautical engineering. So the dream was to become a commercial pilot.
Oh, wow.
But then, due to personal circumstances, I didn't want to pursue that. And I topped my university. And after that, within 2 months of graduating, I got a job at Amazon. And it was a very lucrative offer because it was like handed over to me in a golden platter. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take this opportunity and figure it out later.
Right.
And
so you took that. So you took that job. So rather than go become a pilot, you took that job. Okay.
Yeah. So the reason is obviously it's a huge investment, right? Monetarily, obviously,
it is expensive.
Even more expensive today. But 10 years ago, it was way expensive.
Correct.
So like 1 in 10 people can become a pilot. The ratio is high.
I didn't know that.
And obviously, it's very tough to crack flying school, and I gave a couple of exams for Air Force as well. But then I was like, maybe not for me.
Yeah.
Maybe let me revisit that at a later point of life,
Yeah.
But life had its ups and downs. And
it does. And so you get to Amazon, and then what happened after Amazon?
So, when I started in Amazon, I started as a catalog associate. So what you see on the Amazon detail page is what I write. Oh. And before all the chat GPT and AI things, it was all human creativity, And right.
So wait. So if we go back to, if there's like a screenshot of the Amazon page from 10 years ago, there was work that you did. You could say, "Oh yeah, this part was me."
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And the catch here is everything was in French because I speak fluent French.
So you speak French, you speak English. What other languages do you speak?
Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, which is my mother tongue, obviously. A little bit of Italian and a little bit of Spanish. I'm not as good as how it is in French, but I'm still learning.
Wow. Impressive.
Thank you.
So you were talking about French and the Amazon page.
Yeah. So I did not know how to utilize my language expertise over there, because I was just thrown on to the company, and it's a global company.
Were you in France? Were you in India?
No. I was in India.
Okay.
I was based out of India, but my work was predominantly for Amazon France and Amazon Canada because of the French language expertise. So when I entered, I had an A1 level. I think, A1 by the time.
What is A1?
A1 is the beginner level of French.
Okay,
so it's authorized by the immigration department of French embassy.
Okay.
And you need at least C1 to move to France.
Okay.
So what I did was, I did a little bit of networking even before I knew what networking was. And I used to interact with a lot of higher level management. I asked them, okay, how can I utilize my language? And they said, clear B1. and then you can move to the French team. So first I was onboarded for the North American region, and I enrolled myself in the Alliance Française in Chennai. I finished my
So what is the Alliance Française?
That's like Goethe, and that's like British Council for French language.
Oh, so it's kind of the school where you learn how to speak French, okay?
Exactly. And it's not just for learning French as well. If you want to move to Canada, you have to give your immigration exam, obviously that parts of the CRS score as well. So I gave my exam, I did it till B2. Obviously the level required was B1, but then I love languages and I did B2. And after that, I was pursuing my MBA on the side as well. So there's no social life. I have to say that I didn't have any friends back when I was working. And I was doing my MBA, I was doing my French, working on the weekends, obviously, hustling so hard.
Do you mind if I ask how old you were at this time that you were doing all of this?
22 or 21.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The energy was at peak.
You still have the energy.
Yeah. Really? Okay. I'll take that as a compliment.
Remember where I met you?
Yeah. Exactly, right?
So I met her at a networking event. It was kind of like a social networking event. But she stood up and gave a speech, and then I was just blown away. And that's when I connected with her.
Yeah, obviously, yes. That was one hell of an experience. So, circling back, I applied for a promotion, obviously, and I didn't get it in the first place because I was really nervous and I felt like I didn't deserve it. But then I did a lot of inner work and I asked for a promotion because I knew that I deserved it, and I got a promotion. I moved to the French team, and then 4 years it was...
So that was all in Amazon?
It was all in Amazon. Nobody told me that this is the path that you have to take. I just created the path. Yeah.
Okay, we'll come back to you asking for that promotion, and because this is negotiation mastery, guys. So we need to learn what she did, because she said she first asked, she didn't get it, and then she asked again and got it. I want to know. I want to know the whole story.
Sure.
So I and my audience, they will learn how to negotiate based on your experience, because that's real life experience, and that's gold.
Right.
And so you were in Amazon for 4 years, and then what happened next?
And it was a lot of work, obviously, a lot of projects I was juggling, and I wanted something new, a new crowd. And then I got a job offer from Walmart, which is like the direct competitor of Amazon.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, the whole team moved into Walmart. So it was not like a new company. The same manager, the same co-workers. And I was like, dude, what are you guys doing here?
Was it the same recruiter who came and took everybody?
No, the recruiter was also an ex-Amazon employee. So that is right. And I was like, okay. So it was the same culture for 2 years. And that job was challenging in a lot of ways because I was working in a graveyard shift. So it was complete night shift.
So there's one secret someone told me. They said, if you ever want to grow in an organization, don't take night shifts.
No, don't take night shifts.
It's dead end, because no CEO works at night.
Exactly.
No CEO works at night. Exactly. No manager works at night. No one would see you, and you need visibility for you to move on to the next level.
Funny part, we all looked like zombies on calls because this was during COVID, right? So I've never stepped into Walmart office. I worked and I resigned from Walmart while working at home. And that was like, it affected my health. Like what you said, right? Nobody works at night.
Yeah.
And it was tiring, and already I had no social life in this again.
And so what did you do? So you were there for 2 years. Did you resign? Did you?
Yeah. No. After 2 years, my health got really affected because I had to slow down. I was admitted, and then my doctor advised me, you need to take a break. And during that time, I got married as well. And obviously, I had to shift my priorities from my professional life to personal life. I had to take care of my health.
Of course.
Because, you're working so hard for what? It's not just money, right?
So you need that work-life balance where you are enjoying life as well as pursuing your career. No,
exactly.
It shouldn't be one for the other. You shouldn't just enjoy life and not work or have the purpose, or you shouldn't just pursue your career while you live your health.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, you have a family as well. So you're not just alone.
Yeah.
And it's not I, me, myself, right?
But you also want to enjoy life.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've seen me, right?
Yeah.
I love talking to people. I missed all of that.
Yes.
And luckily, it wasn't a big thing back then. 8 years ago, the networking saga is not how it is today.
Okay.
It's a whole different ball game.
And so how did you? So you took time. So you left Walmart, and then how many years or how long were you?
Just a month break. That's not even a break.
Did you guys hear this lady? Just one
Just
month?
like a month break.
But you felt better after 1 month.
I felt so much better because I just needed 15 days of proper sleep.
Yeah.
And I was sleeping day in and a day out, and I just got rid of all those insomnia, and I became a normal human being.
Wow. Was it hard to get another job?
Not much.
Because if you get it in a
Not
month,
much.
so wait,
Yeah.
so you left Walmart and where did you go to next?
I went to IELTS, so it's like the
Oh,
International
yeah,
English Language
yeah,
Testing
yeah.
System. So I went to IELTS, and I was anyway in India as well, and worked there, I think, 2.5 years.
Okay.
So 2.5 years. So in between, after working for 9 months, I moved to UAE. I got a promotion, and they transferred me to.
Oh, so it was IELTS that brought you to the UAE.
Yes, I came with a job here. So it
nice.
was-
and then what happened? How did you get into business communication?
So that was, I have to thank IELTS, my former employer, for that, because when I started working in IELTS, I got a parallel opportunity to speak at TEDx. And it's not like more than an opportunity. I was applying 3 times, got rejected, and this was the 4th time they invited me.
So if you haven't heard my podcast where I say it's on how to deal with no, you should listen to that. And then that just reinforces what she said. Like, no is not your enemy. If you hear no, you should go back and ask yourself, what did I do wrong? And then reinvent yourself and then apply and apply and apply. Was that what you did?
Exactly. It's more of redirection. And that being said, there were a lot of crying sessions as well.
Of course.
We're human.
Of course.
And
of course.
we have our mood swings. We
have
our bad
emotions.
days. Yeah, we have our bad days.
Yeah.
And that just worsened. And sometimes, you want to question what's wrong when you don't get a proper feedback. That's the worst part. They just reject it. It's like an atheist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they just rejected, saying, "Oh, sorry, we don't have any opportunity for you." But then I would say I sort of manifested it.
Yeah.
I wrote down on my diary, in my vision board, and I was like, I don't care how it's going to happen. I'm just going to make it happen. And it happened. I suppose the universe aligned.
Yeah. And then you were purposeful. You kept, because you could say, I'm trying to manifest. I'm trying to make this happen. But then you don't apply. It's not going to happen.
Exactly.
So you need to have your vision, and then you also need to put in the work.
Yes. You know what? The point that you said is right, because what many people get it wrong nowadays is they manifest and they're like, oh my God, you know what? I manifested and it didn't work. And I'm like, where is the work? Where is the work? And they're like, I can only work from Monday to Friday. I'm like, no,
it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way at all. So they need a social life. They need everything. And they're like, I need this. And I said,
yes, you know what I think? I feel like life is in phases.
Yes.
When you are at the grinding phase, your social life may suffer a little bit. Some people know how to manage it, but that requires like extra skill. You may need a coach to help you with that, to help you, to teach you how to prioritize. But something always has to give.
Yeah. You have to give up something to achieve something. So
yes.
Beautifully said.
And then so you did the TEDx talk, and then
that opened a door of opportunities, a door, a window, you name it. Everything just opened up for me, And that's when I realized that, okay, people are listening to me. So there's something inside of me, right? So I sort of mixed my love for languages and communication. And then obviously I had corporate experience as well. I applied that in my job, even if there was no mentor, there was no coach. So I applied whatever I can. Obviously I got mocked a lot, but then I was like, if I don't do it for me, nobody else is going to do it.
Nobody's going to do it for you.
Yeah, nobody's going to promote you.
No, you have to blow your trumpet.
Of course.
No, everyone's blowing theirs. So you got to blow yours, and you got to blow it loud enough that people would hear and then know your tune.
Yeah.
And then once they hear that tune, they say, oh, that's your tune. So you have to talk about your achievements. If no one knows what you've done, it's not being arrogant. It's just you being purposeful and strategic, and then positioning yourself for your next level.
Absolutely. And it's not bragging as
No,
well,
it's not. It's not.
And you might get labeled as being cringe as well because you're putting out your achievements. But at the end of the day, you have to promote yourself.
Because how else will people know what you can do if you don't tell them what you've done before?
Exactly. And specifically for TEDx, they look for social proof. They need visibility. If you are not a nobody, they're not going to call you. That's the tagline of TED, right? Ideas that inspire.
Correct.
And that's what they need.
They need someone who's already inspiring.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you teach. So I remember while you were talking on stage, you were talking about how to make a pitch. So what would you describe as a good pitch?
So there are two kinds of pitches, right?
Okay.
So the one which I call is the popcorn pitch.
Oh, what's a popcorn pitch?
I'll explain. The second is elevator pitch.
Oh.
So the popcorn pitch is the more natural kind of a pitch, which I recommend to all of my clients, my friends as well, because there was a LinkedIn post that I put up like 2-3 days ago, and it read something like, if LinkedIn is going to strip away your job title, who are you? Right? And that's an elevator pitch. When I, ask someone to introduce themselves, they just give me a summary of their LinkedIn profile. And I'm like, I don't have time for this. Just tell me, what are you and what do you do? That's a popcorn pitch. If you just have to tell people, what do you do in less than 3 seconds?
Oh, so it just pops. Pop. Is that? Oh, that's like
something like
that. That's like popcorn.
But no, when you have popcorn, it's like more like casual, right?
Oh,
and that's when I say it's popcorn.
Oh, I thought you had to pop and then you're like, let's focus.
No. Well, I love that. I'm going to take that. No, I didn't think about it that much.
So it's not like it just pops because I love popcorn. So I put it in the microwave and I just hear that pop. So I thought that's what you were talking about.
Wow. I didn't think it from this perspective. I was like movie theater buddy.
Okay, so that's casual. And then the other.
The other is elevator pitch. That's more formal. So if you remember our interaction on Dubai Tech Tuesdays as well, you don't have time to talk entirely about yourself, but you gave it so brilliantly that I was like, I know who she is now. I didn't look into your LinkedIn profile. I didn't look into your Instagram, but you gave it in much more subtle way. It's not like bragging for attention, but you just told me, what do you do? Where are you from? And what do you want to do? That's the formula for giving a pitch. You're not going to talk about, I started my career back in 8 years. I'm like, oh my God, again, the same blurb, And that's the first thing which turns down recruiters as well. If you're looking for a job, you're not going to summarize.
So is there like a formula, to give that, because I think the popcorn pitch, anyone can do that. But that strong pitch that would get people to really want to listen to you. Is there like a formula? Is there like a length, number of words, or what information should be in there?
So for you to give a popcorn pitch, first you need to be thorough with the elevator pitch because you have to work backwards.
Okay.
And for an elevator pitch, what I'm going to tell you is you need to take, I'm more of a pen and paper girl. Okay, I'm not a digital person. So you take a pen and paper, you write down who you are as a person. What do you want to do? And before that, you need to say, what are you doing? What do you want to do? How do you want to help? That's all that you have to do.
So it's who you are.
Yeah.
What you do. What do you want to do? And how you help.
Yeah. So if I can give an example, please. I would say something like, my name is Prathiba. I'm a communications coach, and I would obviously say I'm a marketing professional as well. So in this situation, I'm going to talk only about communication.
Correct.
So I'm a business communication coach. I've been in Dubai for the last 3 years. I help people to ace interviews, speak English fluently, and improve their pitch. So that's straightforward. That's straightforward. That's blunt.
Because I'm not wondering what you do. Yeah. I know who you are. I know where you live, and I know. Oh.
And the key is you should never say that, I'm looking for clients. That's a red flag. Do not, be desperate. Don't never tell, even if you don't have any clients, right? The secret is do not tell people directly like, I'm interested to work with you. No, just keep the conversation
But how will people want to work with you if you don't ask them to work with you?
Very good question. You keep the conversation moving. And people, when you give that pitch, right, people are like, you're a communication coach. Tell me more about it. How have you worked in this? And then you tell them like, I've coached these many clients. And then they'll be like, intrude that sense of curiosity in them. And then if the other person feels more comfortable, you read the room and then you tell them directly like, I would love to coach you.
Okay. So I hear what you're saying, but there's still an ask if you from what because if you don't ask, you don't receive.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it's not like you don't lead with asking.
Yeah.
Got it. So what would you call a bad pitch?
A bad pitch is you summarizing your profile. And you're thinking, you're not even making eye contact. And you're saying like, my name is da-da-da-da, and then I started my career. And I'm like, someone will be like, let me just get that drink. And
they walk away.
They'll walk away. And you'll be just searching and they're gone.
They're gone. and so we are in Dubai currently. So there are lots of networking events in Dubai, and it's very interesting. So what she's saying is true. If you don't know how to pitch, because people lose interest very fast because there are like 1,000 people who they want to talk to. So they walk up to you, they're trying to know who you are, and you're not sure who you are. They're just going to move on to the next person.
Of course. And there are tons of people out here as well. So it's not like they can remember you.
Correct.
You know?
Correct. So do you think men and women pitch differently?
Kind of, yes.
Tell me.
So for men, they're like, oh, let me just open my phone. What has happened with me is, they just immediately they don't pitch. They just say, can you scan? And I'm like, okay, so what do you do? And they'll open their LinkedIn profile. And I don't want to be sexist in this way, but I feel like women are even more prepared for pitching.
You see, like all the guests I have in the UAE, I think the UAE is very different from other cultures that I'm used to. I think women here are there's more leverage for women here compared to other places. I don't know the reason why. I just got here a few weeks ago. Hopefully I'll find out why. Because so one of my guests, he told me women get paid more here.
Yeah.
The women in his industry, and then women get more opportunities than men would have.
Yeah.
And I had another lawyer who alluded to something similar. It seems UAE is the place for women who want to advance their careers. I didn't know that.
No, it's not just that. I feel like women are taking more efforts to improvise themselves, and men are like, "Oh, I know this."
You think that's what it is? Because sometimes there are systems in place that even if you want to advance yourself, you have to fight that system.
Yeah.
But if there are no systems in place to hold you back, it just means as far as you can go, that's how far you go. Then that's different. That's what I feel here in the UAE, that there's really no restriction. It's just like, oh, you want to work hard, you want to go network, it's there for you.
Yeah. No, you have a good point, and I don't want to generalize. That's why I said, I don't want to mean sexist as well. It's more of maybe they don't know exactly how to pitch, because sometimes they just open their phone and I'm like, I'm here for a real conversation. I don't want to just scan your profile.
And then move on. Yeah.
And then poof, they don't even collect our number. They just vanish. And then out of nowhere, they send a DM on LinkedIn saying, hey, it was great meeting you. And I'm like, I'm scratching my head. I'm thinking, who was this person? Yeah, did I even meet?
Wow, so women pitch better than men.
Women pitch better,
in your experience.
And also they take some time to build conversations.
That's
not
right.
all, most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
When you stay longer in the UAE, you know that.
And so I think making a pitch is one good way to make a good first impression. But how else? So let's say, how do you think it's similar? But I don't know if you have any nuance to this. How do you make a good first impression?
Very first thing is obviously dress well. I have to say that. You have to dress well, and you have to be prim and proper. And dress according to the occasion.
That's right.
That's the most important thing. You're not going to come in a beach where you are at a networking party, right? If you're networking in Marina, like obviously in a yacht or something, that I get it. That's an informal way. But just imagine if you're in a boardroom full of CEOs, venture capitalists, and investors, you have to put your tux on or anything, whichever
jacket,
you feel like, jacket, whichever is comfortable. You have to smell good as well.
Yeah.
No wonder, people are, always taking shower with perfumes in Dubai.
I hear you. So you have to dress. So making it good. And you're right, because people see you first before they hear you.
Exactly. And investing in your, costumes, investing in your beauty, that's why I say investing. It's not like spending.
Correct.
You're investing for yourself. Yeah. It's like a return on investment. And nobody's going to pay attention to you if you don't dress well here.
And there's a study that showed that women who use makeup, they earn more than women who do not use makeup.
I've heard that.
Yeah, and it has nothing to do with beauty. It has nothing to do with race. It has, if you use makeup, it just makes people think that you're more competent. I thought that was interesting.
Well, it's not just exactly makeup. If you can just put a simple hair bun and without all the baby hairs popping out, that's even neat. Take, for example, the cabin crew. How are they dressed? Because they are the face of that organization. They are the ones who welcome us on board, right?
Right. So they make them look a certain way.
Yeah, first impressions matter. So first and foremost, it's dressing. And only after that, that's what we call as non-verbal communication, your body language along with your dressing style as well as work. Let me give you an example. Has anyone watched The Pursuit of Happiness?
I have.
With Will Smith, right?
Yes.
So even if he's broke, have you seen how much of an importance he gives to the way he looks? And that's what actually gets him a job at, I think, the brokerage firm, right?
So even if you don't have, it depends on the stage in your career where you are, even if you don't have But when you're gonna go for a job or you're going for a networking event, then you have to invest in your appearance.
Yes. And dress for the role that you want to pursue. That's what I can say in a nutshell. I learned this from experience. Nobody taught me this. I've observed how people are moving around in the UAE. I've seen changes, in myself when I started dressing full of tux. Because in India, I used to wear tux like once in a blue moon, but here all 7 days I have to wear it. I mean, now I'm even more comfortable.
I'm not a jacket kind of girl. I would wear jackets once in a while, but maybe I need to go invest in a few. After talking to you.
No, but also PS, I'm not telling you to overspend.
Of course, it's invest.
Yeah.
So and it doesn't have to be expensive.
Of course, everything needs to be under a label.
Yeah,
right?
it doesn't have to be expensive. And people also know, fine, you dress with the intention of where you're going in life, right? You look at the next position. But people who are kind, people who are very genuine, they see when you make genuine efforts.
Yes.
Then even if you may wear your jacket might not be the most expensive, but they see that you put in an effort. It's clean, it's well ironed. They would still kind people, and you want kind people in your life. Kind people will still open that door for you when they see you pursue excellence based on what you have and where you are.
Of course.
So we've talked about making a good impression. I did an episode on how to make good impressions at meetings. So if you haven't listened to that episode, please go and listen to that episode. It's full of great nuggets. But how would you ask women and men, because I think men listen to this podcast as well.
Yeah.
So how would you advise women to position themselves for impact during meetings?
Well, the very first thing that I would tell them is speak up. Because many a times I've observed is they overthink. And in Dubai, you're actually dealing with a minimum of 10 nationalities. English is being spoken in 5 to 6 different accents. So everything works here like fast, it's swift. If you don't own that, within the next second, someone else is going to take your position. So even if it's wrong, just speak up and tell them, okay, this is my idea. What do you want me to do? Do you have any ideas that, you can share with me?
So speak up during meetings.
Speak up.
Okay.
That's one thing which will make you feel unforgettable. And it's not just for men, it's for women as well.
Do you think men speak more than women in meetings, or do you
sometimes
think...
yes, sometimes yes. I feel like women feel a bit shunned down by men in boardrooms.
So if a woman is in the boardroom and she's trying to speak, and then people speaking over her, what would you recommend?
I would just this has happened to me as well. The first 2 times I would just make me feel silenced as well, obviously, and the third time I was like, okay, if thank you for speaking up, and I would like to take a turn on giving my thoughts. I would reiterate to them, like, this is my space and I'm going to speak. And many a times they'll be like, oh wow, she's arrogant, but how else can I make my point, right? No. But I'll first ask them, can I share my thoughts? And if it's position to share, then
so you take over. When they try to take over from you, you're like, hey, I want to share my thoughts.
Yeah, but in a more polite way and professional way. Nothing like vengeful or nothing.
No. You just want to share just the way the person was taking over your time to speak. You're like, hey, I'm sorry, buddy. It's my turn to speak. I think that's powerful.
Of course.
So, what negotiation tip do you have for my audience? Because this show is called Negotiation Mastery. So what negotiation tip do you have for my audience?
Okay, the very first tip that I'm going to say is don't settle for what someone is offering you at the first stance.
Boom.
Do not do that.
The first offer is rarely the correct offer.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised how many people are being more flexible. And that'll happen only if you go on multiple calls with them as well. Yes. Either go on meetings or go on sales calls or Zoom or Teams, and then explain to them saying, why are you charging for what are you charging for? If I'm going to charge like $100, I need a reason why I'm charging $100, right? I'm just not going to say, okay, fine, you invest $100, I'm going to give you da-da-da-da. It's not just that. They want to feel like you are the ideal investment. And do not settle if they're going to say 75. Okay, fine, I don't have any clients. Let me settle for 75. No. You know your worth, you're going to stand your ground, and you're going to say, you know what, I deserve this. And if they're going to say no, cut and right, at least try to bring it down to, let's say, 80 or 85, closer to 100.
So still be flexible. Do not accept the first offer and be flexible.
Obviously, this works both in job interviews as well as, your coaching as well. And if they're going to give you a salary of X, you have to ask for Y. If you don't ask then, That's never going to happen.
Some people, they get jobs, they're just so thankful that especially women who have been out of work for a long time,
Yeah.
and they're trying to get into the playing field, and they offer them a job. They know that the salary can barely take them to work and back home, but because they are really desperate to get back in the industry, they just grab whatever they give them the first time. They don't even try to negotiate. They're just so thankful that someone opened the door. While I understand that, I don't think that's the right way. You should at least try to negotiate first.
Yes. Even if they say a concrete no, you know through your heart that, okay, I've done the best and this is what they can offer.
Right.
And if obviously life situations differs from person to person, right? You need to set your priorities straight.
Correct.
And after you've negotiated, if they're still saying no, this is the only thing that you can offer, that they can offer. But if you are in a position that you want the job, I'll say take the job first.
I'll say take it, but already start to plan your exit.
Exactly. Yes. Upskill. Do whatever you want and, just move on to the next. That's a good point.
So, do you mind sharing with the audience your coaching program and what you offer?
All right.
Yeah.
So my coaching program's name is known as the Confident Communicators Club, the CCC, as I call.
I like that.
Thank you. So I coach professionals, students, entrepreneurs. So mine is like a diverse range of audience. So it's for people who want to speak English fluently, speak confidently on stage, get on TEDx if you have a dream of getting on TEDx as well, because that's like really, really a big deal. And if you want to ace interviews, move abroad. And I coach in terms of IELTS if they want to get, because I got a band 9, and if they want to immigrate.
What's a band 9?
That's like the topmost score for immigration.
Oh, okay.
And if they want,
and people who are immigrating to Canada, they need
that's
that.
for they need IELTS as well as they need Test de connaissance du français. So it's like TCF. That's like a citizenship program.
Then who needs the IELTS?
For both students as well as for people who want to work abroad.
When you say abroad, where?
Singapore, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, United States, United Kingdom.
Do they need that in the US?
Yes, they do. They do. If you're going to study. So if you're going to study, it's IELTS academic. If you're going to work, it's IELTS general training.
But what if you come from a country where they predominantly speak English? You don't have to take that, do you?
That depends from country to country. So obviously, before even applying for IELTS, I would obviously suggest them to go to the center and check your eligibility first, because that even depends on nationalities as well. If you're from a non-English speaking country, like I'm from India, obviously for us English is our second language.
Oh, I thought English was the first language in India.
Yes, for mode of communication, yes, but we have our mother tongue as well.
Well,
so
I know there are different dialects, but I assumed everyone spoke English in India.
We do speak English, obviously,
because I'm Nigerian,
right,
and everyone, even though we have different dialects, some people can't even speak their dialects, but everyone speaks English. You grew up speaking English.
So we speak English in school as well. So we're trained to speak in English right from kindergarten, and that's our mode of communication as well. And for work, obviously, you cannot survive without English.
Yeah.
It's a plus if you learn another language. I'm suggesting to everybody who's listening, pick up a language. It can be Japanese, it can be Chinese, it can be German, anything. Because in Dubai, having an extra language is like having another feather to your cap.
Yesterday I went for an event. I went for an event because the author of a book, I wanted to meet him. Right. So he had a talk on the book. I got there. Look, I was looking forward to this event. I got there, and it was because it started at 7:30, ended by 9:15.
Oh, okay.
And it was all in Arabic.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know Arabic as well. The only thing I know is door open and door closing.
I know shukran.
Oh yeah.
Shukran is thank you. And that was I had to show the person close to me said, "Do you understand Arabic?" I said, "No." He said, "You're sure? Because you're looking very seriously." I said, "That's all I have to do."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now see, at least you gave an impression to the other person that okay, she's taking in what I'm saying. Right?
Yeah.
So I coach on that as well. And a pro tip that I want to give to people who want to work with me is, even if you don't have any skills, I'll make sure that I bring those skills forward.
People don't. So I did an episode. My very first episode on the podcast is knowing your superpower. So many of us have superpowers that we don't realize are superpowers. You're just like, oh no, because it's easy for you. You kind of downplay that. Yes. So it's for you to make sure when you have a coach will help you find out your superpowers, and that makes it makes a whole world of difference.
And I think why people should choose me over other coaches, I'm not blatantly selling, but I'm just telling.
Please sell yourself, blow your trumpet.
Thank you. So I work in a much more transformative way of coaching. It's not like I coach you and you leave. It's not like that. I work from mindset. I start to go deep, and then I need to understand why do you want to learn this, and then I help you in that way. So I'm more than happy if my clients are going to outsmart me, because
Of course, that makes you a winner. Yeah,
that's what I want to do. And it's not like I know everything. It's never like
and
that.
sometimes people have the answers to their own problem.
Yes.
You just have to
They
point
just need
them.
someone to tell them.
Yes,
You know?
yes,
More like a
yes.
friend.
Yes. So where can we find you?
Oh, you can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube. It's Prathiba Leo, Prathibaleo. So you can find me everywhere, and I'm more than happy if you can slide in my DMs, and I'm more than happy to help.
Yeah, so I'll put her information in the show notes so you can find her. Any other tips for the audience before we call it a day?
So one more thing that I want to say is,
Yeah.
you need to speak up, and take this reminder to speak up, even if it's wrong. And because you never know what opportunities are going to get to you
Just
if you
because
don't. Just because you open
your
up.
mouth. Yeah.
Because I opened up, and that's what brought me to Dubai. Or else I would have been stuck in my hometown,
Yes.
I wanted to leave
Yeah.
very badly.
Yeah.
Not because I didn't like it.
But you
I
just
love
wanted
my
more.
country. I love my city. But I wanted to explore a lot more different cultures. And I think I'm in the best place of the world.
Everyone says that about Dubai. Everyone says Dubai
Yeah.
is the best place in the
Yeah.
world. And I've been impressed so far. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Negotiation Mastery with Dr. Gloria Esomeme. I hope you have some nuggets or something you've learned from this episode. But if you heard one thing, it's speak up. Don't be scared to speak up. Even if you're wrong, you can always correct yourself over time. I want you to subscribe to my channel, like, share. And if you have any questions about this episode, you can send me a DM or write your question in the comments. If it's for me, I'll answer, and if it's for Prathiba, I'll send it over to her. As I always leave you, I know you have the potential to be great. That I truly believe. So continue to grow yourself, develop your potential, and I'll see you. Go be great. Thank you.
Thank you.